So I want to say to the artists, right, that there is hope. Don't, I mean, like we beat up on y'all tonight. But
there's hope from the ministry.
Keep working on your game because the ministry is going to be providing opportunities for you to get training, opportunities for you to have an opportunity to promote your talent by providing a platform. We've already started, and we're going to continue doing that. At the ministry, like every artist, we want to see the industry grow. We want to see the industry expand. We want to be a part of that growth. And so we're going to be doing the things that are necessary from the ministry. So as we go along, you're going to see work on policy and the kind of things that will help to drive the growth of the industry. But we need the artists to also understand that they have an input. You know, they have an input. They got to put in the work. We're going to be putting in the work from the ministry side. I think the promoters, the private promoters, the radio stations, the DJs, they are willing to put in the work. But again, you got to invest in yourself.
Yeah, man.
You got to invest in yourself. So keep working.
Organize another thing like this.
Correct.
Because, you know, when the government hold things, there's got refreshment and stuff. I can see if I get Fruiter for do a thing.
Yeah. Big up Fruiter tonight for providing.
Shout out to sponsor Sammy.
And a matter of fact,
shout out to
somebody on the live set out this would have fallen because it's empty. So you can refill me. But let me just.
You know,
you got send
pay attention to this live.
With a pillow.
You name is ring by from tonight.
Yeah.
Because you're holding the cushion. They say you holding the cushion like you know them ring bearers.
Yeah.
All night it never move from your lap.
It's because they up and are comfortable. Real comfortable in this space.
Yo, there was people 400 comment but the cushion alone. Seriously, it's just cushion. The pillow, the cushion. Whole night. Sammy, pardon, let me congratulate you on your Soca Monarch victory.
Oh gosh.
I know it was well deserved. I was there. And you brought a freshness to the stage. It's not something that I didn't expect. I knew you would have won. I told you that too.
Yeah.
But you represented, and I'm happy that you went into the competition. And we look forward to more Christian artists stepping out in different arenas. You understand? Yeah, you got to defend the crown. Yeah. You can't run away from that.
Yeah. I hope
Jesus never run from a battle
was in the contract.
You understand? You know what I mean? You're making joke. I want to think I said soon Sammy put out that he going for this competition. And I see the man, I see DG do so slap. I said wait. It's a setup between them or what? Then I see the man do so Fruiter. Then I watch on social media, I see the man, if you think this up, you can do this and you can do that. I said, Sammy, you know the formula right now, but congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
And Saiku and Sammy, the two of you have done a lot for Guyanese music and music in the Caribbean, gospel music in particular. You guys have done a lot. We used to be following all these lives when you go overseas. If I have a bone to pick with any one of you, it would just be, I really can't because you've been doing it. And I know when you get a chance to have a full band, you'll take strictly players. It doesn't matter if you have a player from another island. For me, that is okay. That is okay. It's just a band. It's the best you're looking for. But I must say big up because I saw you started with none. And then you started increasing. Yeah, man, respect. He started picking up people and taking them out with him. You understand? Till I see your wife end up there. Because many times you're taking the video, we're like, hey, hold your hand still. Don't shake. You see, so we in the comments. So respect, brother. And coming over into the Soca Monarch, you've taken your belief as a genre into another space. And it's welcome. It is welcome and it's refreshing. I had a great performance.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, man.
Anybody else got anything to say? Not Psycho.
No I just want to touch on the whole collaboration because I've seen it work in other markets. Right? And one of the biggest bugbears for artists in Guyana is finding that recording money. Right? It's very difficult. We can't run away from the fact. I know in other markets where producers will normally record artists and they kind of work a deal. So we're going to work together. We're going to find a few hit songs. We're going to go on the road and do some shows. You're going to break off a 20% or a 30%. We're going to bring in a video man. He's going to video. You're going to do the editing. We can break you off a 10%. Don't be afraid to share. Right?
Invest.
What I noticed with a lot of the Guyanese artists is that they're scared of management. Right? And I have one formula I always say. Your manager could only get 20% of whatever you bring in or whatever you bring. Right? So if you're making zero, it's 20% is zero. So you shouldn't be scared of having a manager. All right? I know a lot of artists, they're scared of contracts. And then we got to also be real. There's some very unscrupulous managers too.
Yeah.
And producers.
Yeah.
Right? But find someone that you can work with.
Like who?
Right? So, I mean, there are a lot of people out there. I think, for instance, what Shakti Strings are doing,
Yeah,
you know, they have a core of artists that they're recording and producing, and I don't know what's the financial arrangement.
Bro, we
but
really
I know,
got to come into understanding of the working together and networking and all.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for them.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. So imagine you have about 4 artists under your label with hit songs not only in Guyana. We need to release songs tearing up in Trinidad and all the radio stations. So whenever the place opens up, I'm certain that they're going to have touring opportunities.
And stages.
You know what I mean? So as producers, sometimes you got to give up the 8,000, which sometimes is hard for them as well. Because some of these guys got to pay GPL, blah, blah, blah. But find somebody that you can work with and build a team.
Paradigm
Find a stylist.
Recording studio
You know what I mean?
on the East Coast, Nonpareil, 619-9390.
Yeah, but listen, find a stylist. You have lots of young people out there.
That too.
Right? That they have the product and they're willing to work with artists. Because some of the artists them just don't look like artists.
They look like anything.
You know what I mean? So find a young designer who, you know, could give you, even if you buy the cloth, therefore it's free. You know, people don't know that Beyonce mom used to sew their clothes in Destiny's Child before they actually made it. So, you know, find a team of people that you can work with, you know what I mean, and work towards the goal. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to commend Sammy on bringing this group of people together, these gentlemen here. These are the real movers and shakers. Don't let nobody fool you. Sorry, Bort and Gordon couldn't make it tonight, but these are the real movers and shakers. This group of people here ain't guessing what we doing. We know what we've been doing this. You just don't, for the people who are not artists, you just don't see the people here. But this is the real people who's be doing the work. There's some other like Pong and DW and the other guys in the background, but I'm telling you, these are the real people who's be doing the work. The reason why you have not been seen or heard or performed in a certain stage is because you probably in rub shoulders with somebody in this room. We're not saying that we're the gatekeepers to your musical success, but what I'm suggesting is that the things that we discussed tonight, give it some thought. Take your craft serious. Like Corwin said, get a stylist. Like Malcolm said, get yourself organized. Like Sekou said, put yourself out there. Like Jude said, partner with other people. You don't have all the ideas. Right? I want people to understand too, like what Tinder was referring to, the ministry has great plans. I represent a company that has created the forum for artists to bring in music. We can listen to it. If it's good, we'll be honest with you and say, listen, this is good stuff. If it's not good, if it needs work, we'll say to you, listen, this needs some work. And we could point you in the direction of a reputable studio or someone who could guide you. We don't want to see people waste the money. We don't want to see people fail. But we want, if 5 artists in this country start getting successful, Sean Paul alone paid more taxes than the entire banana industry 1 year in Jamaica.
Wow.
Just give it some thought. Sean Paul single-handedly, his taxes earned more money than the entire banana industry in Jamaica. So, music is not a broke game. Get yourself on the various forums. Sammy on everything. Amazon, Spotify, Apple, everything.
And we
Find
didn't even
a
get
way
to talk
to
about
turn your
that.
clicks and your likes into dollars and cents. It can add up. You know? So keep pressing, Marco.
Finally, you know, stop using your data for just mind people's business. You should be putting and minding your own business out there as an artist. I remember if a Jamaican says, you know, they say, oh, you play a Jamaican song. When those guys send you a song, they torment you to play it. Every day. They know exactly when your show is on, they're on too, and say, like, yo, yeah, listen, you know, brother. You know, they make sure they show this interest. Many in Guyana do it as well. But my main thing that we could take away from everything tonight is, like Corwin mentioned at the end. It has to start, and you have to do it. You really can't look around and say, the naysayers can say this and they can have all the questions and they don't contribute much or anything. You just got to forget them and turn a blind eye to them. And when the train moving, you could come on board if you want, or it doesn't matter to us. But the performers do need help. Outside of me saying whole night that they have to help themselves, they do need help, right? But the best way to access that help is to help yourself first.
And they got YouTube.
You understand?
Google.
Yeah, I look at videos all night. I look at all sorts of things, you know. I don't just scanning people business on Facebook. I have no time for that, you know. Straight. I don't got time for that, you know. I rather throw a rackle than go in somebody thing and then them thing the brethren.
And you know why I like Facebook now? I don't go on Facebook for me.
The world isn't using Facebook like how we're using Facebook.
My news feed full up with I and all of them
Facebook already.
Them tech groups, them mixing groups, them musicians groups,
and you
them
post
writing
everything you have in there and you learn.
Bro, people share so much information in there.
Yeah, but so I think we need to do this again sometime, and I know Mr. Simon has made a great contribution. Mr. Mosley as well, not being present, because I remember when I organized and said, look, we can come together and we can do this workshop and stuff. He was the first, Gordon Mosley, the first person jumping and say, here, well, I got a friend who's a lawyer, an entertainment lawyer. And try to come in for this thing that you're going to do. Or try to set it on the date. But then he even said, you can try and get the person to come whenever we decide. But we never decided.
Exactly.
You follow me? Because somebody get pulled out and gone and follow something and run so and come back down to nothing has happened. I'm tired of that. If it's done, I ain't got no time with it. You understand?
So when's the next time we want to have this? In a month? In 2 months?
No, these conversations could take place anytime. These conversations are needed.
But it still got to be organized. Because everybody ain't gonna be lucky like me for car you 2 days before.
I don't know, you say Thursday
no,
night.
I don't have to be the person doing it. That's
anytime you're ready, you know, and we can really, in different shows, you can have different angles we look at it. Because we touch quarter what we can speak about. You understand? The time doesn't permit, you know. So I do believe, even though our people criticize us, our people are still the greatest supporters. Of us when they choose to. Because you can't talk when they like. They ain't got nobody could pass the church and say, Sammy, music is stupid. Your mother. You understand? They really out the church the same day. You know what I mean? So, you got to behave yourself. So, and
thank God you're not a mic.
And as well, we could take a leaf out to the church's book. Not necessarily the church members who support. Because I know many pastors be against y'all as artists. This is another story. The church members who take the time to support you guys. If the normal person out there support the normal secular artists like that, they'd have a much bigger thing. Church people is support, bro, and I respect them for that. You understand? I respect them for that.
Second round of fruit for everybody.
Yeah.
Second.
For me, in closing, I would just like to see better relationship between artists and media personalities and media people. I think that there's some kind of animosity there, and a lot of times we're just being honest, and we don't always be right. All right, and like I said,
that's big to hear you say that.
So I would, I mean, I'm the music guru. You know what I mean? Straight. Sometimes I will hear a song and I don't like it, but that doesn't mean I don't speak for everyone. You know what I mean? So don't use just, you know, a DJ who might say that, you know, I don't like this particular song to create a bad energy between you and that DJ. He may not like it and he may not feel it, but that doesn't mean that the other DJs doesn't like it. You know what I mean? So what happens is that you go to Facebook and sometimes you see people just going on about a particular DJ or a particular person who didn't play the song or don't rate the song. But that person sometimes, they're just speaking from them. They're not speaking for everyone. right? And a lot of times something you don't like a song, and then a couple months after you be like, yo, the song grew up on me, by I like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would like to see better relationship between DJs and artists, that we have mutual respect for each other and respect each and everyone opinion, right? Not because DJ doesn't like a particular artist song or that particular song or feels a way that they don't like the artist. Because a lot of time that's a misconception.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We coming on, guys. 5 minutes to go.
All right, so in closing, again, this is where we offer the encouragement to the artists. Keep working on your craft. Like Corwin said, everybody got different tastes. And the other thing that you gotta know as an artist is that not every song is going to be a hit. But not because this song is not a hit, it means that you gotta stop working. You gotta keep working, and consistency as an artist. If you're serious about what you're doing, you gotta be consistent and you gotta become educated. A lot of people who, and this is not artists alone, a lot of people who do music, they think like you could just do music. If you're doing anything else, you're going to study, you're going to go and try to understand it. But if we're doing music, we could just go and look at some YouTube videos and we're good. They got a process. And whilst going to YouTube helps, there is a process. And sometimes going to YouTube, they got a lot of links in the chain that's been missing. So get educated. Understand how the business works. When you go and you do some studying, you will understand that probably this aspect of the music is not for me. This is not what I'm good at. I'm actually good at this other aspect of the music. So I would encourage you to get some knowledge. I told the artist the other day, like, yeah, you got a good voice. You know what good voice is equal to? When I go into the music store and buy the latest Phantom keyboard. That's what good voice is equal to. If you don't learn how to use it, you're going to only be able to go to a certain point. You know, so when I put on the Phantom and I play anything on it, because the tones are so good, it can sound good at the point. But beyond it, if I don't go and learn how to use it, if I don't study the keyboard, if I don't go and learn how to play properly, I can't produce good music. And so you'll recognize that everybody will tell you in the inception, you got a very good voice, you got a very good voice. 10 years down the road, your voice is going to be at the same place because you didn't want to invest any time to get the knowledge on how to better use that voice. So it's all of those things you got to do. Music as a business, you got to learn about the business. Music as a science, you got to get knowledge about it. There is no shortcut to success. Success is hard work, hard work. So when the people who were successful, when you sleeping in the night, and when you liming and partying, they're working on the craft. And you can't be upset with a man who's working on his craft when he becomes successful. If you put in the work, you will get the results. Everybody got a different process, but what I could guarantee you, when you put in the work, wherever your process is, if you put in the work, you will get the results.
Hard work and smart work. Guys, Jude, you want to say something? Tinder, don't put the mic on your left hand side.
Just in closing, I know we touched a lot on studio stuff and things like that, but a lot of persons are looking at the live aspect as well. Like they want to be out there, they want to be at these events and stuff. And it's very important that you understand, like everything, as there's a process, there are levels to everything. You don't just show up one day, start singing on stage, and it's great. You have to build relationship. You have to build understanding. You have to be in a place where you're willing to take harsh criticism sometimes. It's a tough thing. Guyanese don't like hear that at all. Guyanese don't like being criticized about anything they do. They just believe they're it. And that's good. But you got to be able to take it. You got to be able to take it and move. Elevate yourself. Say if Corwin come after the show and say, man, I just using your name, right, Corwin? But come after the show and say, man, you did a good job, but you didn't project properly. Who's you? Is I singing? Is I getting called? Yeah, but the guy know what he's saying. He's been around. He's seen others done it, And he knows that it works. There's a formula. So I believe it's just a place where we gotta stop this whole fighting and we fighting up. Just listen. There's a lot of knowledge just in this room alone. And I don't believe anybody here is impossible to touch in terms of access. Information is being shared, even if not directly from them, through the avenues that they have created, the platforms, information is always being shared. So have a mind to want to do better. And like we said earlier, one of the first things we were talking about is Guyana is being very critical of what is being played and what is being done. Nothing is wrong with it. I don't see nothing wrong with that. It just pushes you to be better. Even if you're better than the rest. Look at it in not only music. When we look at education, we all say, hey, look at them students. When them man go to other Caribbean countries or they go to the US, them man tearing skin. Why? Because our standard that we hold ourselves to is higher. It might be more work, but guess what? It pays off. You're always at the top. You always have an opportunity. You gotta get mine. But at the same time, there are those that lazy and believe, I deserve it because he get it. No. You gotta come up too. Nothing is given to anybody who doesn't want to work for it.
Wow.
So that's just my...
Do some research before you come tonight. So, what?
Like I can't talk. Like me, like I left home, me. Anyway,
You the last man.
as an artist, I just want to share from my perspective as an artist. I think I'm my harshest critic. And even when I think that I do a song and I like it bad, you know what I mean? It doesn't stop with me. I put it out there. If people don't like it, then I know that I've missed the mark. And I ain't getting angry with a DJ. I ain't getting angry with my friends. You understand? If my wife says she like it, if my sister says she like it, that's what sisters and wives and moms and brothers are supposed to say. When it jump out by the neighbor who don't really like you, and she say, done nice, then you know you got something. So as an artist, like you said, Jude, we have to be able to accept critique. You know what I mean? And I just want to reinforce that we don't do music for us. We do music for people. If we did music for the musicians that play for us, if we did music for ourselves, then we had no need to put it on the radio. We just send it to them and that's it. But we're doing music for all of Guyana to listen, all the world to listen to, so we have to take them into consideration. And while we're at it, cultivate the right attitude, because when you have the right attitude, the right personality, the right disposition, then you attract people to you. And even when you don't have money to take you this far, your attitude can take you to the next level.
Yeah.
So that's just my contribution.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys so much for making this happen tonight. Couldn't happen without you guys saying yes. Wait now, man. You gotta watch Vibe. We do it. Thank you to everybody on Vibes and Life who watched tonight. I know I got a lot of new people.
You can make out my payment to Psycho Andrews.
What payment? Are you with Republic Bank? Because if you have, because I could do it now. Thank you to everybody on the live tonight. I got a lot of new people on the live tonight. Just inquisitive and just curious about what tonight would have been like. Before you leave the live tonight or log off from Facebook, like and subscribe to this page here so you get notified. Go to the See First notification, so whenever Sammy posts anything or go live, you'll be notified first. Feel free to reach out, jump in my inbox, give suggestions of what we should do next time. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it, because I am Guyana's child. I am Guyana's child. You know what I tell you? Everybody, people talk to me like they're my parents. You should see my inbox. But yeah, I do appreciate the ability to connect with you and you connecting with me. This is Vibes and Life. We have Psycho Andrews, Jude Clark, Corwin Ballers, Andrew Tyndall, Mr. Wiki D himself, Malcolm Ferreira. I'll call your name eventually. Devon Roberts, thank you to the crew that came and set up all the church. Boys from way over West Coast, go and fetch out all the church equipment and stuff and bring it and set it up here. And yeah, man, always, and go and carry it back in time. Nah, that's legalism. That's Yeah, thank you to the production crew. They got sleeping days right now. They had a hard day, but they still. The cameraman fell asleep a couple times because people did. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. They're very much appreciated. Big up to them. So we see you guys again next Thursday. Go to church on Sunday. God bless you. What? Respect on matters, guys. Blessings, Peggy. Later.